This is the 8th video of the series, and we're going to check out the colors, typography, and performance of the Blocksy customizer. Hi, my name is Stratos and I create video tutorials about WordPress. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. As you can see, I added some heading inside my text, and let's go into the colors first. I have already talked about the colors, and once I did the general tab, I talked about the buttons that they grab the default colors from the color palette, but I didn't show you the color palette because it was for another video. But this is the video, and this is where you need to go and change the colors. Usually we add the colors of our logo, and we may need to also choose a different color for the background, an accent color, 3 or 4 colors that you are going to play with the whole website. If you want to see the colors and the combinations that you can do, there are websites that you can check for color palettes, grab those and put them inside your website. Let's start by the global color palette. As you can see, we have here the colors, and since the version 2 we can add into the advanced more colors. So let's start by clicking into a color. The point of the color palette is to actually set the colors into your website, and then if your clients want to change the color, go into here, change one thing, and this will be immediately changed into the whole website. So the links and everything else that are set into the default colors of the palette will grab the new settings, and those will be applied. As you can see, we have here the colors that we can play, and this is the different palette colors. Then we have here, if we want to adjust and make that to be a little bit more transparent and give a little bit of transparency. And here we also have the var from CSS. And what you are going to put here, we're going to change that, but this var will stay the same. So you can put that inside your code somewhere. You can change what you want, and this will also grab the settings from the color here. This is the default state that we have for the links and for the buttons. This is the hover state that we have again for the links and for the buttons. So if I turn that to blue, once I go into a link, it will turn to blue. Here the button will see that it turns into the second color, and this is how they apply. This third is for the base text, and this is how it's default set. If you want, you can go and put that a little bit dark. I don't think that you need to go all black, because I think it's easier for the eyes to be a little bit of gray, but not so gray that it was before, a little bit too darker, and you can set it how you want. Then we have the color 4, which is applied into the headings. Of course, all of those settings can be changed, but I'm talking what is applied from the beginning. Then we have the color 5, which is applied for the borders, and then we have the color 6, 7, and 8. I think that the 7 is for the background, I'm not really sure. And then you have also, this is the white FFF, and this is not dark again. Probably I would go and put that into black. Version 2 gave us the option to have this advanced here, so we can go select color palettes, save palette, or add new color. If you select color palettes, it will open up and you can see different color palettes that are already made for you. So you can change this one and it will change to the whole website. Then let's go again, color palettes, and see what something else. So this is something different. Then go and change that to again something different, and you will see the whole site to change. Now we can also create our own palette, and to do that we have to go add the colors, of course, that we want to change, and then just click this save button. Here it's not actually enabled because I haven't changed any color. Let's go to the color palettes. Let's select the first one. Let's change that to a little bit different. Let's go for red, and this one again for something like pink, something like that. And now I can click here and click this save palette, and this will save the palette. And if I go now to color palettes, I will see that I have the predefined and I have the custom. Inside the custom, this is the one that I have created. At this moment, I cannot change the name of the color palettes. I can just click it. It's not a big deal, but I would like to have that option to change that. And if you want to delete it, you can go and click remove, and it will remove it. If you want to add more colors, then you can go click advanced and click add new color, and then go click it and then set the new color that you want. You don't have any limitations in how many colors you want to add. I haven't tested to a big number, but I couldn't find any limitation to those that I tried. So you can do as many colors as you want probably. Keep in mind that if you save the color palette and you add more colors, then you have to go and resave that in order to see that inside your palette. So you have to resave it in order to take the extra colors. It will not do it automatically. And this is only if you want to change the color palette to test something out and then go and click it again. You don't have a need to save the palettes for every website. So let's start with the global colors. This is the base text, so it means that it will go for the text of the content. And since this is a global color, as it says here, it means that those are the global settings that you can change, of course, when you are inside the page and where you add your content. But this is for the whole website. We're going for a little bit of blue, and you will see that it will go blue. Then we have the links, and this is the initial and the hover. Then we have the text selection, that it's text and the background when it's selected. We have the borders, if you're going to add borders. Then we have the heading, and as you can see, this is one color for all the headings. But then if you want, you can just go and adjust the heading that you want. For the heading 1, I want to go for red, but just for the heading 1. So as you can see, the heading 1 changed the color, but not all the others. And then for the side background, I can go and change something different. I have also the gradient and image here, so I can create a gradient color. And if you want to create a gradient, you have to add here the colors that you want for the gradient. You can click wherever you want and add as many colors as you want for that. Click it and add. And now that I have added 4 colors, as you can see here, I can go and select the type to be radial or linear, and for the linear I can select the angle to be 100%. There are easier ways to create a gradient by going into a website, adjust the gradient that you want, copy that, and copy and paste the settings right here. But of course you can play with all of those, and you can play with that as well. If you want, you can add also an image, and this image can be an image or a pattern. Pattern means that you can grab something like a line or 2 lines, 3 lines, a pattern that it says, as it says here, and it will be repeated to the whole website. It will be a small image, but it will repeat it vertically and horizontally every time for the whole website. Let's select an image here and let's put this one, but I have to go and remove the colors probably, the gradient. No, it doesn't matter, it grabs it itself. And as you can see, I can select the left and top for the focus point, the focal point, sorry. And since I have also here the selection, I can do it by dragging the circle here. Then we have the background repeat. This is the vertical repeat, this is the horizontal repeat, and this is the no repeat. After that, we have also the background size to be cover, contain, or auto. If you want to select a pattern, let's go to the pattern, select something right here, and then you can have that into the whole website. Of course, I need to change the pattern color into probably the background color into something less gray. Okay, and for the background, let's scroll down in order to see that. Probably I will change that into this one. And this is awful. It's not something that I would recommend for you to do. The image can be also a pattern if you go and repeat it vertically and horizontally as well. Let's go now to the typography. And here the typography is pretty simple and straightforward. We have already used this box, so we can click it, and for the base font, which basically means the whole content, the whole website, we can go and select here the font that we want. So let's go for Jill Sans. If this is the first time that you are choosing, you will get here a message that says that this is a Google font, but if you want, you can download it into your local website in order to not give any information for GDPR reasons. And just click OK, do not show the text again. We will do that in a later video. And here we can select this one and it will change into the whole website, as you can see. So let's go for something like that. After that, instead of the font that changes everywhere, everything else is just for the content. So I'm going to give that 17 and 16, and it will not affect the headings. And then we can change the weight, we can change the line height, letter spacing, and all of the other things that we have already seen. If you want to change the headings font family, then you have to go and select that from here, and you have to do it for every heading. So this is the Acme, and this should probably be the same for every heading. So you have to go into every single heading and change that to Acme. I would like here to have also another that would say all headings and just change the headings font with one click, and all the others will have that enabled. If you want to change that separately for one single heading, then you could go here and change that. But if you want to add a different heading into the website than the content, then you have to do it 6 times. Next, we have the buttons that you can change, of course, the font for the buttons. We have the quote, if you're going to add quote, if you want to add pull quote, pre-formatted, and fig caption. I have never used it. And then we have the fallback font family. If something fails, then the font family that will work is the sans serif, which is one that is supported by the browsers. That's all with the typography. Again, this is a short video. And then we have the performance. So for the performance, we have the dynamic CSS output to be into file or in line. This is not the video to talk about the differences, but you can select that if you want to have it in line and not save it in a file. We have the disable emoji script that is already enabled, as you can see. So it will not load the script that comes from WordPress for emojis, and it will speed up your WordPress website. We have the store gravatars locally if you want to store there. So someone was going to subscribe to your website, it will copy the gravatar into the local website and it will keep it there. And every time that he is going to visit and probably comment or do anything else, it will grab the gravatar local, so it will go faster when you read comments or any other page that has a lot of gravatars. After that, we have the pre-connected Google fonts that you can enable. This is something that I usually don't do because I download all the fonts that I want locally, so you can disable that. Then we have the lazy load images, and this will lazy load the image as you scroll and they come into default. Then we have the post page title featured image, and all of those are for lazy loading, but you can disable if you don't want that. Single post page featured image, archive featured image, and related post featured images. So if you don't want lazy load into something like that, just disable. If you don't want lazy load at all, then you can just disable that here. And that was all with those 3 things into the customizer of Blocksy. So thanks for watching, guys. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.